Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Now, I've seen this out of the corner of my eye the last few days while I've been carving, and I just can't ignore it anymore. This is one of the honey opal, Andamooka honey matrix opals that Riley Gunn, otherwise known as NN Opals or 53Frogs, he sent two pieces along and said just carve them up and give them away, so that's what I'm planning on doing. I don't actually know what I really want to do with this one. It's got this nice corner pocket over here. I don't want to change the shape too much. Maybe I'll round some edges and make it a bit more undulating. There's also a little bit of a color bar here. That's this beautiful color here that goes underneath this caramel colored section, which I might just take that back and see if we can't get that across the entire face. But really, there's not that much more I need to do to it. I could actually take this back and have this really towering out and just try to remove as much of that caramel as possible. It does look like there's a thin line of it going between the two color bars, but there's no reason why I can't get this one to reveal maybe just here as well. So we might just try to carve that out and carve this part here out and see how we go. See what it turns out like. Either way, it's already looking pretty good, so it's not gonna be an absolute dud, that's a guarantee. So let's just get the Dremel out and start carving away. So here we go, diving into it. So this is it, starting out just underwater, just to give you a bit of an idea of how it looks. And basically here, I didn't know how I was going to tackle it, but I decided to tackle it exactly like I would a seam opal, because this edge was kind of not showing the color bar. And so I just wanted to grind it back before really committing to taking off that honey potch on the face. And now I decide to work the face, and I'm being cautious of getting rid of that color just in the bottom corner there. And instead I'm just testing around it just to see if the color underneath actually does appear. And then I get a little bit more confident and start grinding away at it as soon as I can see that that color bar is starting to show up. So working pretty hard. I slightly submerge the burr in the water every now and then just to keep a lot of that material that's getting cut off washed away. Just so that we can see exactly how it's tracking. And it seems to be tracking quite well. Found the corner of the bar there, so I'm confident to take off the rest of it. And so we push even harder and just get through it and then start working the back, which has this huge area of honey potch. So I want to get rid of a lot of that and see if the bar is underneath. I'm pretty confident that it is, so I'm working the face straight away rather than testing the edges. And there it is. So you can see that I found the bar there, it's starting to come through. I'm pretty happy with that, so just tidying it up a little bit more. I am using the 80 grit sintered diamond here, so I'm a little bit cautious of going too far. So I don't want to fully reveal it, but I'm just working all of that honey potch right back to where that peak of color is on the top. There's a nice green-blue kind of bar there, and I want to keep that. Though later in the video I'll discuss an idea of removing it, but I think it'll stay for now. And I'm just, bringing that honey potch all the way back to that color bar. We don't want a lot of it. I mean, I do like the color, but I like the precious opal a bit more. It's a little bit better looking, so just tidying up, getting rid of a little bit more on the face. Now that I've got a bit of an understanding of the color bar, both on the front and the back, I'm pretty happy to work on it pretty hard. And then I switched burrs because it was just the wrong shape to get right up against this peak, without taking off a lot of that bar that's sitting right next to it. So here we go, just grinding it around. I want to do this more complicated surface over here as well with this point. These burrs are probably my two most common shapes that I use. So I think they call it a flame shape or a bullet shape and the barrel cylinder shape. So they're really good to have. Really good to have. You can see here where this one's just getting in a little bit deeper. So moving over to the 600 grit sintered diamond, basically you're just removing the edges and doing a little bit of minor shaping. There are a lot of parts that were kind of sticking out a bit and we just want to round them off so that the nova points don't get burnt up on it or cut up on it. And that's it. that's basically it. Well, I would say that was an astounding success. So this is one side of it. I'm keeping it underwater because this is just after the sintered diamonds. I'll go through the polishing in a second video. I think from the carving of this, it felt like it was a pretty dense Andamooka matrix, so it might actually polish quite well, which is why I want to save it for another video and see how far we can take it. But you can see here, this side is just fully facing color. The other side, however, we've got that big chunk that sticks out. There's a little bit of the honey potch between the two color bars that you can still see. And we have brought a lot more of the color out underneath that honey potch area as well. So all in all, I'm quite happy with it. Hopefully it takes the polish quite well. Otherwise we'll have to, well, I don't want to treat it. This is too nice to treat. But we'll just see how far the polish gets. And hopefully it turns out quite well. It's on the way. It's definitely on its way. So yeah, real gemmy material. There's also another option where I can slice down this potch line between the two color bars and separate them. In which case I might have a nice flat workable piece here that could actually be used for something. It's not that thin. So might end up with two stones in this one actually in the end. But we'll see how it polishes, see what it looks like as one whole piece. I might want to keep it as one piece. But I won't know until then. So yeah, amazing colour. Worked out quite well. And I've still got a second piece to work, and then we have to find new homes for these lost orphans. So stay tuned and you'll see these back on the channel in no time. Catch you guys.